Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mitch, and welcome back to the Mochcast. Today, the studio is looking a little better, probably sounding a little better too, because I figured out which way the mic was facing this time. Today, once again, I'm not alone. I am joined by my good friend Cameron, also known as techity.
I've,
Welcome,
I've always been here. I've just been lurking on behind those curtains.
welcome to the Mochcast. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad to have you here. I hope you're happy to be here.
Perhaps.
Obviously, on techity, you do a lot of music covers with no block conversions, which is something I still struggle to understand. Even with like regular music production, I don't know what to do. When did you get your start in that, do you think?
2022.
What got you like on that trail? Did you like see a video or something?
With no blocks, it's always just been there. It's always been a thing I've messed with. There was. If I go to creative testing worlds from God knows when on like the Switch or Wii U, you'll find. If you look around long enough, you'll find little note block stuff because I was looking at the sheet music boss video and I was just trying to figure out how note blocks work, tune them to the right note.
Okay.
Most of them weren't any good, but there were a few that were decent.
You played piano, and still do. Um, That was before you started Note Blocks, right?
Yes.
When you were covering songs, were you like mainly focused on like I want to make piano covers in Note Block, or was it really just any music?
It was just songs that I was like, sure. I have no clue what my conscious was then, because that was no one knows when.
Okay. I notice you have something with you that
What that or this?
what is that?
The monopod. I have a plan for a shot. I've told you about the shot, but I have a
Hmm.
plan for the shot where I take this, I put my camera, it could be the phone, it could be
Sure.
the actual camera, and I walk around in a circle over like dead leaves in the ground and get a very cool shot of it pulling up and spinning around. Because if I just rotated it in editing, you would get corners where there is
Yeah.
no more video, or I'd have to zoom in so much you wouldn't see anything.
Right. You've been doing mainly like Note Block conversions on your YouTube channel. You've also done some gaming videos, but you told me that you had plans for like in real life content or like commentary videos about different things. I saw this one video on your channel about this video you were working on that would take years to make.
Yeah,
And I'm just curious on what you're planning.
when I was, it would have to be, I have no clue when the photo was, let's say 7. I was probably going there at 7. My dad took me and Quinn, my brother, to Replay FX, which is in David Lawrence Convention Center, and it was just a place there, and there were, in terms of just pinball, probably double that in terms of arcade machines, 100 pinball machines, all there that you could just play for free
Okay.
after you paid admission, of course. And it was probably the largest gaming anything, at least in the state.
Wow.
And so then in 2020, along with a slew of other things, it shut down because they couldn't pay to store a bunch of stuff for an unknowable amount of time. And I doubt they could get, like a GoFundMe to pay for all that because they were basically running off of every show. The show would pay for storing the stuff.
Okay, wow. That's
Then they auctioned it off to wherever.
so this video is about Replay FX.
Yeah.
Why do you have such a fascination with replay effects?
Because it was probably the first thing where I was in a room with a bunch of people.
So it's like a formative experience.
Yes.
So this video you're working on, how much are you willing to disclose about your actual plans? Because we know the why, but the how and when, I'm sure, is also interesting.
When is in, well, maybe I could do it a year from now in
Okay.
winter. but I don't know. I might still be filing paperwork then. Because the plan is to do my Eagle project this summer, because if I don't, I'm out of summers.
Mm-hmm.
Because I turned 17 in February.
Yeah.
And then 18, I can't work on it anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna be slowly looking at the script every once in a while and fixing it, coming up with ideas. Throwing stuff at the wall for a year might actually come up with something I'm happy about.
Yeah. So is that the only video you have planned, or do you have other things that you might be
Well,
working on?
my NeoCities. I've been learning HTML,
Okay.
so I'm making a website, and I've been making a website. And so, along with the end of every month, the first day, I make, what happened last month, what's going to happen this month. This time, I made a companion article. I wrote the article in the bus, so I would have all my thoughts somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Then I tried to remember all of the stuff as I talked at my camera in the garage, which is the only place that I can find is reliably quiet and private.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know if I'm talking in my room, the walls are thin and so is the floor. If I'm talking in the basement with my computer, Quinn's in the room. And that's just kind of weird to be just filming a video that isn't gaming while someone else is in the room. Because of how I had to code it, I couldn't actually get it to display on my phone. Either that or I didn't try turning it this way so I could read it. It would only display the middle of it, and that's not enough to figure out all of the words.
Sure.
So I just sort of said what I remembered and then put it and then the article in the page. So I would have video, you could watch it, and sort of read what I'm talking about explained better.
Okay.
I'm probably going to do that with any major video.
Make a little website for the video with
Yeah.
a summary of it.
Hopefully, I can have more time next time I make one and actually have it ready, because it was basically a script.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I was talking.
What motivated you to move from no block and gaming to more in real life stuff? What changed?
Well, this was one idea that I wanted to make. It'll probably stay the way it's been, except for that.
So this is kind of like just one and done.
Yes,
Okay.
because I don't care.
Because I feel like you perform very well when you're trying to explain something.
When I put something together, I do very well.
Yeah.
I can check how many views the Straff Tech video got.
Mm-hmm. I happen to be in that video.
Yeah, he's my wonderful cameraman because I
Mhm.
needed two perspectives because there were a few things that all of the explainer videos lacked, and so I did that.
Yeah.
16,000 views.
16,000?
Yes, 16,000.
That's more views than I've ever gotten on any one of my videos.
And the thing was, I made it, posted it, and then sent it to the Strafftat server, the
Mhm.
Discord where all the Strafftatters are.
Yeah.
And then nothing happened. From publish on July 7th until August 4th, when it reached 1,000 views in one day.
So in a month, nothing happened, and then all of a sudden it spikes up.
Yes. I don't know why.
That is really weird. Was there did it say what time it happened, or was it just the day on that graph?
It was the day.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few videos I've posted that don't do very well at the beginning, and then maybe later on they gain couple hundred more views. But it's usually gradual. It might start slow and then gradually over another month gain views. But the fact that it was all at once, clearly something
It went, yeah, if you look at the cumulative graph, it goes like this. It goes up and then plateaus and then it shoots up for a week and then it plateaus again.
oh my God. Yeah, I mean that must feel good, right? Yeah, it's something I worked hard on, and it's getting attention. That's
Yeah, I mean, I generally just I make things because I want to,
Mm-hmm.
like the Mummy Joe channel description. Legally, I have to do whatever I want.
Yeah, I mean, the most views I've ever gotten, this is like channels that don't exist anymore, maybe 10,000. So that the fact that you got all that on something that clearly you worked hard on and spent a lot of time with like Blender and all the
21 hours in
like
Blender,
a lot of time. I mean, that must feel good.
although most of that was rendering it overnight.
I'm always interested by the people I bring on here and how and why they make YouTube videos and what motivates them, what interests them, how they look at it in like the grand scheme of things, how it impacts them. I'm curious what like started this for you? You know, what made you want to get on YouTube as techity?
Like half the stuff I do boils down to because I wanna.
You also told me that when you make a video or you make if you make music or you cover something, like you feel like you're giving part of yourself to that product, to that finished drawing or music. And I'm just curious because I'm not sure how I don't quite understand what you mean by that.
When I make stuff that I really like, I have to put a lot of work into it.
Mm-hmm.
And work and time is personal. Like, I spend so much time on the piano, I have a connection with the piano.
Do you think that that connection makes you feel more like genuine, more like you have like a higher skill level or you have a like a more refined process?
No, I just feel like I'm putting my all into it, doing what I want.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I think that's already chosen. Carpenter.
I always have had a fascination with the trades and with that hands-on stuff. I personally feel like it would be really hard for me to get into that. I feel like you have to be a certain kind of person to commit that hard to something like carpentry or being an electrician or being like anything like that. I feel like that's just so cool. And I don't know. I wonder how things would have been different if I went the instead of doing what I'm doing now.
The folks that go there aren't the nicest, but that's just sort of construction in general. Like, I'm among wolves, basically. Like, most of them hard trumpers, and I'm
Yeah,
not.
right. We should clarify here this is not a political podcast, but I think it's only fair that if you're a politician, you can we can poke fun, you know, whether you're on either side, because everybody's got their own pros and cons, I feel like. So nobody's trying to offend anybody here. It's just, you know, it's been rough. Been rough last few months. I posted a video on my second channel about a year ago about how I wanted to travel after high school or after college to Europe and just backpack through and just live from hostel to hostel, just no real temporary, it'll all be temporary, just very nomadic, just to be able to experience something new. And I originally had that plan just because I wanted to go, just the interest in the unknown. But with what's been happening recently in our home of the free land of the brave, um, I've given myself another reason to not want to stay here. And it sucks because yeah, I don't want to get too political, but I will make this reference. Have you seen I don't know which Star Wars prequel it was. Just one of them. One of the three where Palpatine like he becomes the leader, right? And everybody's clapping and everybody's like so glad. And Padme, she says, democracy has died and people are cheering. People are celebrating. And I don't know, I feel like with our generation and Generation Alpha, and maybe even millennials too, I think that we are the most probable to be able to fix this. There's conversations about like wars or like civil wars or like real conflicts that we would have to get involved in. I feel like a lot of people, especially our age or younger or a little older, probably wouldn't want to fight. And I don't even know if that's a pacifism thing. I think that's just a lack of belief in the systems that would be demanding this, that would be mandating this. I just find it so interesting how things have changed, you know? I feel like if you look back at like older political like debates and speeches, like everybody's so cordial and so like dedicated to America and like yes, if there's a war, I'll fight in it. The people are like tearing down these statues of presidents on horses, like they want to forget that politicians are supposed to do things. They're not just supposed to have a lot of money and be in charge. They're supposed to be the mediator between the people and the government. And I think that's sad because it's really hard to find like a positive note nowadays with America. And there's only like I'll be honest, there's only a few good reasons to still be here, and that's finish school just so I can technically have an education and my friends. And I appreciate you being here because I don't know, there's something about talking with you or Jacob or either Jacob, McLaughlin or Mysterium.
Both of them start with M
Yeah,
too
they do. That's
on their
weird.
internet handles.
I really am always thankful for having this healthy group of people, group of guys to talk to, occasionally play
The
games with when I'm
boys.
not at work, when I'm not just grinding away and I can actually relax. Speaking of gaming, I'm still editing I take my time. I'm still editing the 24-hour Minecraft live stream. And I posted the two parts on the VODs channel, but I wanted to talk about the point in the stream where I just was like I was like running on empty halfway through,
And I was there.
and you were there, and you just were like, come on, you got to do this. I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, my eye's not working. I'm like seeing things, and you're like, come on, just keep getting glass, keep building. And how later on I apologized for how much of an asshole I was because I was sleep deprived. Every video I have with you it's really funny, and I always love collaborating with you. I always love having the opportunity to be a part of what you do, because you might be like, "Oh, I just wanted to do this." But what you do, it's like I can't even begin to like how would I do that? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'd probably have to take like a music production class or something to learn how to read notes on sheet music, but like even that just seems like it's like reading another language. The point of this podcast is like to get people from all over, people who have different skills, different trades, different likes and dislikes, and try to open up and see like what's different and why.
We've moved on, but also one of those, he's not part of part of the program anymore, but he did transvestigate me, which is really funny because like I'm just standing there by myself and he's like, "Do you have a penis?"
Who?
One of the guys, he's not part of it anymore, and I
Oh, the
didn't
the
like him.
gaming group.
No, one of the carpentry.
Oh, from the place.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
What a dick. Literally.
I mean, I guess I was wearing a hoodie. I was
No, I mean you're like you don't look like a girl. Look like a carpentry man,
yeah.
working hard with
Well,
your.
compared to Danny, definitely.
Well, yeah, he's got a
He's
beard.
Yeah, that's just the most wild thing that has ever happened to me than receiving death threats.
You receive death threats.
Have I not told you this?
No.
Okay. So, this guy, Colton, this was while I was still homeschooled. By the way, I was homeschooled up until the start of high school.
Really?
Yes.
So that was when I first met you, was in Science 9.
And that was the first time I was in public school.
Okay.
We were at a co-op, which is all the homeschoolers go together
Mm-hmm.
like once a week. And at some point, I got Colton. He started asking me about Minecraft because he had never bought Minecraft or played it. Which
Okay.
was like, he was just sort of an odd fellow, but a computer guy, which I am fine with.
Mm-hmm.
As things went on, all the moms talked to each other, they'll whatever.
Right.
And so I would be playing games with Colton, and they'd be like shitty browser games because he didn't have Minecraft.
Right.
And so every now and then we'd play, and at some point I recall, when you just like this guy's up. There's something up with him, and it's in the way where he's mean to me, and I don't like that.
Yeah. I know.
And so he wasn't mean to me. He was just like, I don't work well with him. I just didn't exactly want to hang out with him so much because I would do what I always do and make jokes. And he, as I've later found out, doesn't know what humor is. At some point later on, he buys Minecraft. I bring him into Piss Babies server, and a group of us decide, let's just dig a giant hole all the way to bedrock in the spawn chunk. And so we're doing that, and we're having fun, hanging out, and we see that Colton has already got diamonds. Basically, it would be school year, summer, school year, and like I had at least 3 of those in that co-op. So, end of one school year, he buys Minecraft here. Then by the time we're back in school, because we're homeschoolers, once we do our work, we're done.
Yeah.
He had all the time in the world to play so much Minecraft. He became a sweat.
Really?
Yes, he became a sweat. I think he was speedrunning the game or something.
Okay.
And so, obviously, this is a private Minecraft server. In some sense, it's a luxury to be here. At least hang out with us.
Right. Like, that's a social thing.
So we start sort of poking fun at him. Not everyone knows that he doesn't have a sense of humor, and I am not making outlandish jokes.
Sure. Yeah.
I feel like everyone was staying within the realm of decent human being behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at some point, he's like, guys, you're all making fun of me. Not at all what he sounds like. But
Right.
then he comes over and he starts filling in the hole that we have been digging, and we're like halfway down a bedrock at this point. We start butting heads. He starts butting heads with one character that I still don't like to this day, because he's just mean for no reason to everyone because, oh, you guys are a bunch of sweats. That's the only time he's seeing us is when we're hanging out.
Right.
You don't see when we're not doing that. By the way, Jacob McLaughlin was homeschooled as well. That's why me and him, we played a bunch together, because we were both, like, we get done with our work and then there's no one, because it's, like, before 2. Basically, at some point, it ends up with me, Colton, and Jacob as the only guys in the chat, and we're all annoyed with Colton. It's pretty late at night, and he leans in real close to his microphone and goes, I could kill you Wednesday. And so, of course, I was like, oh, cool. And then I banned him
Good.
from the server, and, like, I couldn't ban him from the Discord because I didn't have permissions, because I guess I'm not to be trusted for whatever reason, even though that's not...
Yeah. So
It was a while ago, I don't care anymore. But then I go up to my parents, who are just getting ready for sleep, and I go, yo, Colton just threatened to kill me. And we like, okay, we'll message his mom. We end up talking about it on Wednesday. But that night, I remember my dad going, I mean, we're being very generous. We could just call his county police on him, because that's a crime.
yeah. You're giving him the easy way out.
So we talk, and he's like, I know that was the wrong thing. And he's clearly not genuine, and he's making excuses the whole time. And his main excuse was, I was off my meds. My mom was supposed to give me my meds. Brother, you are 14.
Bruh.
You can take your own meds. They're just pills.
You can wipe your own ass, you can take your own meds. Oh, God.
But, you know, that's the other crazy shit that has happened to me.
Jesus. Freaking death threats. And this kid, how, like, was he bigger than you, or was he like...
Oh, no, he was like bones. He was built like bones. I was like, I could beat the shit out of this kid.
I
He
could
wants to kill me.
I
I
could
have
kill you.
knives.
It's like a stick
I
walking
have
up to you.
knives and rope. I could tie him up.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you obviously don't talk to him anymore,
Oh
right?
hell no. I mean, for other reasons than just one of those kids gave me death threats. We left the co-op and I started going to high school.
Good. Yeah.
But what you don't know is first year of high school I was 3 classes there and the rest at home. And the only reason was science curriculums at home all suck doo-doo. Every single time we have tried to do like a science curriculum at home,
Right.
it has always been make this contraption, and it's like they did it once. We can't do that. None of the projects ever worked.
Yeah.
So we were like, how about we just send him to school for science? That would be better than this.
How about you just give the teachers a try? That's great. Did you go for math too, or just science?
Science, and then digital arts and CAD.
Okay. So really, I never thought about it. Like you just were gone after
That
that.
was gone.
That's-
I took my little walk out of the school every day.
It was me, you, Garrett, and Zach.
Yeah.
I still have the panorama that we took when we were in there. I did not know that. I really wasn't paying attention. Oh, Cam's not here the rest of the day. That's weird.
The only reason I have friends is because of Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts gave me a bunch of friends there, and one of them was Jack Z. Jack Z told me to get Deep Rock. Deep Rock was the reason I'm friends with Isaac and Hans, and any of their friends.
Mm-hmm. So Boy Scouts just kind of gave you that.
Boy Scouts is the root cause of me having friends.
Do you think if you didn't do Boy Scouts, you wouldn't have friends?
Probably not.
Do
I'd
you-
probably still be doing 3 periods.
Wow. So that's pretty cool. Like it's good. It's always good to have that like that social interaction.
In Deep Rock, there's the phrase rock and stone.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the lines that you can do when you salute rock and stone is, if you're rock and stone, you're never alone. And quite literally, that is my friendship.
Yeah. Like
I heard Hans and Isaac going back and forth, rock and stone, rock and stone. And I go up front because it was a day where there was a substitute teacher, because there were many of those days.
Mhm.
We later found out that the reason she was gone that day was because she was making cookies for her middle schoolers, and she like let the oven on and nearly like she had to call in the fire department to her apartment. So that's why she wasn't there that day. But
Oh my goodness.
they were going back and forth. I go up front and just I'm like, "What up?" And I introduce myself and I get their Discord.
So Hans and Isaac were both talking about Deep Rock, and you're like, "Hey, I'm Cam.
Yeah.
I also play Deep." That's so cool, man. Yeah, because I see you sitting with them all the time. I will admit, Hans and Milo.
Oh, they butt heads all the time.
I went
Because Hans hasn't gotten rid of the brain worm and Milo doesn't think about
the,
facts.
the brain worm. That's
I call it the brain worm. I call it the nerd brain worm. Because
well,
that's
actually, it's
basically
this.
what it is.
Mhm.
Everyone who is a nerd cannot tell when to not correct someone.
Mhm.
That is what makes you a nerd.
Yes.
So Hans is a nerd, and he has not gotten rid of the brain worm. I've tried to do it.
You try to get him out of it, like
Or
"Here you
it's like,
go."
he'll correct me, and I'll be like, you understood what I meant, though.
Yeah, you corrected because you knew what I was saying. I just didn't say it the way you wanted me to say.
Yeah.
No, I get that. So here's some. I mean, I talked to you about the Iceland vlog that I'm eventually going to start editing again. I was there with Hans and Milo.
Oh, you got...
and
I see.
and Hendrix, but
You got a... Oh, Hendrix.
so
Awesome.
we're in Iceland for like 11 days, right? We're staying in the same like hotel building. I'm rooming with Hendrix. He's chill. That's when I really got close with him because then I did track with him. Hans and Milo, holy shit. The amount of times they would just argue the whole day. You had to be with like at least one other person most of the time. Like that was just the rule. So me and Hendrix would be together, but then Hans and Milo didn't want to just be by themselves. So they came along with me and him and started arguing. Hendrix or Milo would just say some stupid shit like, "I would never want to ride on a bus or on a train because it's so gross." And I'm like,
Okay.
And then Hans is like, well, think about it. If you then you reduce carbon emissions, blah blah blah. And Milo was like, yeah, but like I don't.
But who
Yeah,
cares?
and then, it's just like that the whole time.
Yeah.
And then there's a point where Hendrix just walks ahead of me like, I'm done, bro. I can't deal with this anymore. Meanwhile, I'm filming everything. I have my camera mount on my chest. So half of this is probably in the video. There were so many times I was like, what is going on? So, and then we go to Berlin for the last couple days at the leadership summit. That was really fun. I still talk to some of the people. But there was this karaoke thing you could sign up for. I did Never Gonna Give You Up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was done.
And then you were done.
And then Milo was outside watching. And he was like, you were a little pitchy. And I was like, this bitch. You've never sung in your life, and you're about to tell me what I did wrong. But everybody else in my group was like, you did so good, that was awesome. Because it was really just about getting up there and doing it. That was what I wanted to do. And then Milo's really just like, you should have done this instead. No, they're both on their own, you know. I had Hans in computer science multiple years in a row. He's very matter of fact, very I know everything, very I know more than you. But unless you're like actually asking him about something, usually he doesn't get too nerdy. Like if it's just brought up, he'll probably say something. But if you're just trying to talk about random stuff that's not like super like high level thinking, usually he's not as annoying. And I like both these. I don't love either of them. I like to say, oh, I love you guys, but I don't love everybody. I like them as they're on their own. Hans is very smart. Sometimes too smart for his own good. Milo's very interesting. He's very quirky.
Yeah, he's across from me every lunch.
Oh, I can't imagine.
I have an idea, but also like it's weird and dumb, and like I would definitely put in the time, but I also don't have the ability to drive myself to like a dollar store and get like 100 clothespins.
What would you need 100 clothespins for?
I would write on every single one of them, "You've been clipped. Pass it on."
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to LeBones, because he gave me this idea. He did it his senior year of high school. He said he saw people in like gym chase each other around with a pin.
No, that would be so cool. That would be really. I feel like.
And then, to really solidify, get the final perfect note on it, he clipped the principal as he was getting handed.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
No, you gotta do that. That would be so funny. No, I just drive you out one day. Let's buy out their stock, and you just write exactly that. I would love to like if I could enable that, I would love to do that.
Yeah, because the idea is either 100. I mean, how many people do you think are in the school?
In the school, probably like 800 or 900, maybe 1,000.
1 in 10 seems good.
Mm-hmm.
100. Distribute them in tens.
And then they just get passed around, man.
Yep.
No, that'd be so
No,
fun.
because I did freshman year. I did some.
I noticed there was one day I had one on my bag.
Yeah, that was because of me.
I
Because what I would be able to do is every single day, don't know who, don't know why. I mean, they clearly just walked the same path as me, but I think 5 days in a row, I clipped her on the little bottle holder.
Yeah.
Because the bottle would be in there, and I could just put it on the part between the bottle and the backpack.
Right.
And it'd be an easy win. Just
Easy. No, that would be so funny. You should definitely do that.
the video is really good. His
Yeah.
videos are all pretty good. And so he said every day he would go into like the music room with his buddies, and there would be like 5 of them there, and he would just give each of them like 5. And then he had like multiple distributors. And people would get their teachers, and at one point someone got the teacher in his room actively. Like, and so the teacher was like, who's doing this?
Who's doing
They
this?
start speculating, and I think his name, I forget his name now, but let's say his name is Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
And so some kid behind him who doesn't know goes, "It's Daniel." And there's a different Daniel that he's talking about in the same class.
Oh my god. No, it's like some espionage stuff, like objective. Clip the teacher.
He also made 10 golden ones.
Ooh. Like golden
10
tickets.
golden clips that he passed around. There was apparently a giant golden clip.
That's really cool. No, I love the ideas you have because like I would never think of that. But it was you, wasn't it?
It was me.
It was like I was after it was after science, and I was like,
I
fuck is this?
didn't clip you.
So somebody who you gave a clip to,
Yep,
clipped me
probably.
because I looked at it, I was like, what the fuck is this? And I just clipped it onto somebody, and I
Yes.
never saw it again.
Yes, dude. Okay, a little story.
Mm-hmm.
Summer camp, Heritage. We're in Camp Liberty. There's 3 main camps in Camp Heritage. Independence, Freedom, Liberty. Liberty is the one where you cook your own meals. Freedom is the one where you don't cook your own meals. And Independence is the one where you're a Cub Scout. Apparently, we just found this while we were packing up for one of these summer camps. Must have been 2021,
Okay.
I think. Or 2022. Could have been then. We're packing up, and I find that we have a bag of 60 rubber ducks. I don't know if you know James Veitch. He's a British comedian, and he did, in his apartment, like a shared apartment, he would just start putting, he would had 5. It started with 5 rubber ducks, and he would just sort of arrange them, tell stories with them,
Okay.
because he didn't really have toiletries that he needed to keep, and, you know, they gave him a thing to keep his toiletries in. At some point, he was like, you can just buy, like, 500 of them. So he started messing. He made it look like they were coming from the drain,
You just
like they were just sort of coming out of the bathtub drain. He
Just-
did this. It became ridiculous. People like his flatmate or roommate,
roommate, yeah.
flatmate. His roommate told him, "You need to stop." Stop what? With the ducks in the bathroom. The ducks in the bathroom?
What ducks are you talking about?
Yes, the bathroom ducks. The ducks in the bathroom. Oh. Those ones. What about them? I was trying to take a shower this morning and I had to move over like 500 ducks.
No, I love.
And so,
Oh, man.
then, what we did, me and Quinn, and Jack, because Jack's always in on it, because I love him,
Yeah.
we just started taking these 60. First, we were putting them in our campsite, you know, here, there, right next to Lightning Patrol Flag, or right next to Beaver Patrol Site. We were just sort of hiding them in there. And then people noticed, they were like, hey, how the... And then we cast a wide net. We started putting them all over the camp. At one point, James, you don't know him, James took one of them and handed it directly to a camp counselor. They were just sort of everywhere. As far as I knew, it stayed in Camp Liberty. Quinn was camp counselor. He was talking with some of the guys, and he mentioned it. And one of them said, that was you? I was working in Independence that year. Independence is halfway across the lake. It's on the other side. There were ducks in Camp Independence.
Were they from your camp, or did they just bring their own ducks?
They must have been. There's no way someone else came up with this idea.
So they
Not the Cub Scouts.
So they just spread.
Every year, the Webelos go on a little hike around to see all of the people in the Boy Scout camps, because usually they have siblings in the Boy Scout camps, and they can go visit them for a little bit. So I'm guessing one of them found one, took them back around the lake. They were everywhere. 60 ducks across an entire camp thing, and people were finding them actively. The campsite Heritage Reservation is massive. How are they actively finding them? There's
more.
60 of them.
There's more. They're making more. No, I love doing any kind of like scavenger kind of stuff where like it's just like, who did this? Why is it here? What does it mean? And then just like making your own spin, like, oh, maybe I should take this somewhere and put it somewhere.
You'd walk in to the showers, and there would be one on top of the paper towel dispenser. It's just there.
They're watching. They're always watching.
They're just there.
No, that's wild, dude. Like, that is some real fun stuff that, like, because I went to Falcon Camp in Ohio about 2 or 3 years ago, and I did archery and photography and some stuff like that. I love archery. I did it a lot while I was there. I was pretty good at it, but then, like, I just never did it. And I've been wondering about, because I only went 2 weeks. There was, like, some people who went a month or even more. I have this Ohio State hat from the counselor, Luca. He was like, you can have this, man. I was like, really? Oh my gosh. So I have always had a fascination. Like back when I first did it, I would always write to my mom, "This sucks. Please bring me home. I don't like it." Because I really couldn't enjoy it. I was too autistic back then. I just didn't enjoy anything that I didn't like immediately. But now that I look back at it, I'm like, man, I should have enjoyed that more. I should have really been more active in stuff like that. Because I've had a few friends who I've met who've done Eagle Scouts or Cub Scouts or whatever. And I just find that so interesting. And I kind of wish that I wasn't such a stick in the mud as a kid and I would have tried it. Because I feel like there's so many cool things could have happened. That's really funny. Having like ducks, just like staging them all over the place, like it's some sort of. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, at one point, James Veitch did with the ducks in the sink, the Titanic.
Oh man, I am looking forward to the clip epidemic at the high school. I can't wait to see that.
People are going to get clipped.
Yeah,
It could be you.
it could be me. I love hearing other people's stories and just how funny people's lives are because you never you never think about it.
Dude, there was one guy. We made fun of him kind of a lot, but he could take it,
Okay,
so we didn't
good.
really care.
Mm-hmm.
Cavan, and he was just awesome, and he was like the first guy who actually respected me
Ooh, okay.
in the troop. But so of course he's awesome to me. He had diabetes, and so, but like he was strong as shit. He was jacked.
Okay.
Uh, and so at some point we had just finished eating a meal. We were doing like it was the final meal, foil packs, everyone's already packed up all the stuff to cook, so we're just cooking in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
His whatever thing that regulates his blood sugar, the thing that was just sort of on his hip that could inject insulin when he needed it, broke. And so he did the only thing that he knew would help him in the circumstance. He called his mom and then he started chopping wood because that will lower your blood sugar because it uses up the sugar in your blood because that's what muscles do. They use the
Well, yeah. I guess if you exercise, you're getting the blood flowing.
yeah. So he was just chopping wood. He's chopping wood for I don't know how long. As he's just chopping until his mom could get there with insulin.
Right.
And so he's chopping and he's chopping, and at some point he stands up, like wipes his brow or whatever, and goes, "What time is it?" At that point in camp, it had been a common refrain to hear, because oftentimes you get first year, clueless first year, and you want to really own that first year, really. And so
Okay.
you would go, "Time for you to get a watch."
Uh-huh.
Oh, 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 and everyone would laugh.
It's very funny.
But Cavan is actively chopping wood to save his life, and he goes, "What time is it?" towards the general campfire area, and Dom goes, "Time for you to get a watch." And he goes, "Dom, I will kill you. I need to know, or else I will die."
The worst time for it's time to get a watch joke. Actively dying, just trying to hang on. You ever find out what time it actually was?
Yeah, I mean, I I remember eating my foil pack, and his mom gets there.
Did he tell you like he was like running out of insulin or whatever while that was
I
happening? Or
mean,
did you only find out when his mom got there?
I knew he didn't just chop wood for fun.
Sure.
So there was a reason, I'm pretty sure. But I mean, I don't know what I did or didn't know then.
You're just watching this guy just going
He's-
at it for however long.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You probably had a ton of wood for your fire though.
Well, we were cooking with coals.
Oh. Well,
We already had the.
probably a ton of wood for your
Separate.
next fire. It's crazy to think about like when you're a kid and you're like, yeah, I'm the center of the universe. I'm the main character. You don't know about anything beyond your family. You're like, oh, this is my mother. She takes care of me. This is my father. He does this. He does that. And then you meet other people and they have other stories to tell and they have other lives. You're like, holy crap, I'm not the only one.
What?
Wait, this person
Nobody told me this.
they have a life outside of me? I'm not the only thing that matters to them? And then you get like almost an existential crisis. Like people have their own lives. I have my life, right? But like someone might not know that. Someone might not know that I have my own life. I might not know about someone else's life. And it's crazy to think about like how many people don't know that. They don't know other people have problems, their own battles, their own demons, their own life to live, their own work, their own responsibilities and issues and you know, coping and all these things that people do that like they don't just broadcast to everybody. They're just trying to get by. I think the lesson is just like if you're watching this and you aren't, you know, aware of other people, you know, if you aren't you're taking that for granted, taking the fact that they're talking to you for granted or that they're hanging out with you, that they care about you. Just think about it. Think about if you were in their position, seeing how you were acting. Not saying you're acting bad, but just, you know, seeing how you know, didn't seem to know what they were doing, didn't ask, just assumed, oh, you must be fine because you're talking to me. Just take care, you know? Because friends will, if you play your cards right, they'll be with you for a long, long time. You have to take care of them and take care of yourself. With that being said, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for listening, and thank you, Cam, for being here. It's a pleasure. I'm really glad that I got to see you today and that you got to be here in the second episode of the Moshcast. Do you have anything else to say before we close out?
Go check out my Patreon and my website.
And his YouTube channel,
And
which will be linked on the Moshcast
they're
YouTube
all
channel.
free for until I decide that they're not, and that won't be very soon.
Sure. Until he gets like more than like
More
1,000.
192 subs.
Yes. Once he's in the big leagues, you know, like
Yeah,
190. Once he's at like 193, then you know things will change.
Dude,
but
you better believe it. Once I hit that, finally reached 204. I'm swapping over to
you're switching up on your
Patreon.
day ones, bruh. No, but seriously, thank you so much for listening. If you want to know where to find this, obviously it's on YouTube right now. It's also on Spotify. That's the only other place you'll have video playback. Also, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and everywhere else you get your podcasts.
I hope I can get it on Overcast.
I think I might be able to do that because Spotify for podcasters allows me to share it everywhere. If you want to keep supporting it, I won't be doing these live anytime soon, but check out the Mochcast YouTube channel for extra sneak peeks. And obviously, everyone who's hosted, who's guest starring on this podcast, they will be linked in the featured channel section of the channel. So if you want to check out Cam on techity and what he's up to, he'll be there. Same with Jacob from last week. And as always, I will see every single one of you capable, amazing people in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.